Hi, this is the Knob. Welcome to the Knob episode 12. And as you can see, ladies, tuko hapa by the way. Ndio sisi tuko. My name is Ninjel.
Irene Miss Caption.
Hebu tuambie ulikuwa wapi by the way. You have
Niko
been
around.
MIA, missing in action.
Nico available.
Eh.
I'm available now as you post the knob. We are in podcast 12, so that you're in a tuko na a lot of stuff out there that you have to go watch. Make sure that as you watch, you subscribe, you like and share to your friends, and make sure una comment at least 1, 2, 3 things, because I think we are doing something very educative, and so we need our stuff, we need our videos to be out there educating a lot of people. Yeah,
Exactly.
yes.
And as you can see also, we are well covered.
Yes, it's very cold.
Najua kuna hiyo weather
It's
by
cold.
the way.
Yeah. It's okay. It's an okay weather.
It's an okay weather. We,
Yeah.
Irene.
Yes.
Huku nje by the way, kuna struggles zenye nimeona some of my girlfriends wananiambia huku nje.
Leta maneno, leta maneno.
The struggles of a single lady 2025. Labda maybe ama uko na mse.
Tuache hayo kwanza. Hiyo kwanza.
Uko na mse na sijui Irene.
Tuache hiyo kwanza. Kwa maajabu ama through miracles tutajua one day. For now. Kuna watu. Yeah, kuna watu huku nje.
Oh, kuna watu inamaanisha.
Kuna watu but
kuna watu wameangalia direction yako.
Tunaongelea singlehood. Yeah. So guys, we're talking about the singlehoodness as a woman. You know, if we had a man, we would include man today, but it's a day to only discuss about women, young women, middle-aged women, and older women. You know. Yeah. So as we discussed today, we're discussing about the singleness or the single livelihood of people. You know, whether it's from the age of 25 with to our at least what we call So we will be talking about the singleness of a woman in her from the age of 25 to kiela juu hapo, because you know there are a lot of things, there are a lot of effects that are taking place in our lives as women. So I'll go to my sister. She'll be giving you points on what we should be doing. What is singlehoodness? What are the things that are going on in the singlehoodness life of a woman?
Umenipea kibarua hapo, but let me try and break it down for our viewers. So a single lady is basically a lady who is not married, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who is not committed in a relationship.
Yeah.
Juu sai utapata mi siko single, mi niko na mse. We are not married, but probably we are either living together, or maybe we are dating. We are.
There is no singleness. When we talk about singleness, let's just talk about totally not being in any relationship, whether it's committed, whether it's like beshti.
But mi nakwambia vile sasa wasichana wanajidefine huko nje.
Yeah.
So wasichana wa sai, as long as you have a boyfriend, as long as you have somebody you are staying with in the house, ama uko na msee mwenye anakuja mna benefit sexually, ama you are engaged, that you are not single. Yeah. But in the biblical perspective is a person who is not seeing anybody.
Yes.
And maybe
you're not attached.
Exactly. You are not attached to anybody. Macho ziko. Wameona Irene. Wanaangalia ways. They're looking for tactics, ways, strategies on how to capture, to bring her to their side. Huyu dem ni mrembo lakini ni hardworking. By the way, unajuanga wanaume wenye wako serious, wenye wanatafuta hawa ladies wenye wako single na wako serious. they take their time. But ukienda tu napatana tu na mse, twende nikakubaie chipo and then twende hivi kwangu. The struggles of being a single lady.
Yes.
Na nikuulize Irene,
Yeah.
your age between 18 to your 24, 25, is it right to date? Ama it's
What I
you
say is she doesn't come with age. That's
Mhm.
number one.
Mm.
And then number two, readiness that does not come with age. It comes with the ability for you as a person to be ready, you know?
exactly
Because there is somebody who is in her 18, he's ready to be a father. And there is somebody who is in 30 years old, in his 30s.
but
He's not
still-
ready to be a father because the maturity doesn't depend on age. It comes with responsibilities, it comes with readiness, and then it comes with different factors, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to age from 18 as the governmental age of being an adult,
Mm.
so from the age 18, you know, as long as you're still growing, but there's still 1, 2, 3 things that you still want to go through. That's why when I was talking about 25, because this is an age that at least is the middle age of 30 to. So this means that this person has gone through 1, 2, 3 things.
Mhm.
The university life, kuna mtu wa kwenda university,
Mhm.
akona some kind little experiences in life.
True.
So, and has at least maneuvered throughout. Yeah. So as a woman, whether you're, because as a woman now, when you're age 12, 13, you can get pregnant.
Yeah. Right.
So that means that it comes responsible. You have to be responsible at the age of 12
Mhm.
till then, you know. So when we're talking about at least that's why 25 is equal in the middle. Huyu ni mtu ameishi kidogo, najua. Huyu ni mtu mwenye ameishi at least kama una experience at that age with some things to do with finances, things to do with responsibility at home, then maybe you come from a very very family.
Wealthy. So maybe to add on what you've said, because you've talked a lot about maturity, maybe if I can add something on that, because you can also add that environment pia inachangia sana mtu kukua mature, kwa sababu utapata ya kwamba there are people out there who have come from a humble background, wenye maybe wazazi hawakukua, maybe wamepitia mashida nyingi. So you'll find like a boy, maybe he's an orphan, ameenda kukaa na some other parents wenye hata he didn't understand what love means. He did not get that kind of parental love. And then anaanza kumachua haraka in the sense that anafanyishwa kazi. You start working at a very young age, na hiyo ni child labor. So by the time unafika high school, you're thinking, if I depend on these people and the way they're treating me, I'm not going anywhere in life. So anaanza kutafuta deals, anaanza kutafuta ways in which he can fend for himself. And also for girls, kuna girls pia wenye wamepitia hizo mashida. Environment inachangia sana. Mwenye amelelewa na single mother. I've had very many stories of prominent personalities who have been brought up by single parents, na wanasema shida yenye walipitia ndio iliwafanya wa work hard wafike mahali walikuwa, so that their kids wasipitie kile wao walipitia. So maturity pia it comes pia with what you went through as a kid, and na pia maybe God brought that, sio ati Mungu alifanya hivyo, but environment pia it was a setup for you to become great. Because if you look at the Bible, most of the great men and women of God, they didn't have a very, very nice background. Look at this, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Look at how he was born. And yet he is truly God, and he was truly man here on earth. So, mi kile naeza sema, mtu asiwahi kukuambia just because you come from a background that is poor or a background that is humble, that you cannot be anything. Look at our President Ruto. He comes from a humble background, although he's facing a lot of backlash because of his governance. Aside from that, he's an inspiration to so many people. Yeah, so I think kile umesema pia ni right. So the struggles of us, a single lady in 2025 says ziko na ziko na ziko. So maybe you can, maybe unaweza tuchambulia maybe some of the struggles of a 21st century lady mwenye anaishi sahi. What do you think are some of the struggles zenye anapitia?
There are a lot of struggles that we
I didn't want to flag anybody, I didn't want to flag
that
anybody.
we as single women we are going through, and so this comes with, I want to compare my life with the life of my mother. I won't compare it with the life of my aunties, because during their time it was so easy, but in our time it's very difficult. Once you have to go to school, you have to achieve 1, 2, 3 things. You have to be financially stable. Just say some of men watakuangalia, then be like, staki msana do, the things are changing,
By the way,
and then the thing is, pia ukipata ule mse uko na do, and then you go get somebody, then they always take advantage of your money. They don't want you. They want, it's like it's the vice versa of the things that are going on.
What?
So a single woman is going through much because she wants to be educated. She wants to earn a living.
True.
She wants to pay bills. She still maybe wants to take care of herself, and then she wants to travel the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this makes it so difficult for the single woman to approach world positively. So you find out that there is too much negative attentions that attract their minds, in that saizi hakuna job, you need to dress well because your sisters, your friends are dressing well,
Yeah.
So what happens is they're single, but they are happily single. Like mse ako single but akona mbaba.
It's true.
So this makes it so much more difficult for them to even come to self-realization of what should I do, what should I not do, how should I approach life, how should I not approach life, because peer pressure.
Yeah.
Nimeona saizi uko na heels za 10,000.
Ati kuna?
Uko na heels like you as a woman, uko na heels za 10,000.
Ziko, by the way.
And then me as a woman, I'm using 500 to buy shoes. The quality, I cannot post them with confidence.
Don't remind me of
so these are things that we are going, the society has really changed. So because I want to post something that is meaningful.
Sasa unapostia nani?
Sinapostia for
like, oh, sawa.
I want people to know that I'm living that flashy life, comfortable life, and I'm single, but behind the closed doors I'm not single. I'm moving out with somebody's father. I'm depending on somebody's father, he's my bracket bank. And so there is another person also who is single, and they're confident about themselves being single, and then they're confident with whatever they're earning, their life situation. Hataki kwenda kuishi Kilimani.
True.
Because he knows that life is a what? Life is, it takes place step by step. Si ile yenye utakuja tu saa hizi. Manzo umemaliza university and then you're there like everything has worked out for you. Yeah. So this is somebody who is following step by step until where she will get, and then she's keeping herself, she's keeping the the body. Inaitwa aje?
Anatengeneza mwili, anaenda gym.
Yeah. So there are things that really comes with the singlehoodness in this 21st century that gives a woman a lot of pressure, and especially when you don't come from a family that gives you confidence, kuna ile family yenye from the time you're growing up, anything that you did, it was always a mistake.
Yeah.
So unajua kuna watu kama it was always a mistake, and then you're like, you started doubting yourself, unajipata Yani azina ukifanya kitu you're not doing anything that you're doing is not good.
You can't please them.
Yeah, so maybe sometimes you do things to just please somebody, or sometimes you do things because others are doing.
Yeah.
When you follow, you're just in the backup. Hakuna mtu atakutumia kwa front row. So that is one thing that is also challenging the mentality of women in this 21st century. I want to be like them. I want to do things like them. Maybe hata ukunywi pombe, and then it's Friday, your friends are telling you I'm going out. Manze umeshavaa something, and then you're just like, I have to go out because they are my friends. You don't have that knowledge, the capability of making your own decision. You say, by the way, Leo says, I'm not going out, So I'm not going out because I don't want to go. It's not like I'm going out because people are going. No, you just create a life, a profile for yourself, and that comes with self-confidence. And then you find out that women in Nairobi, in the cities and the rural, they're two different people also.
Okay, endelea. Nakusikiza.
There are two different kind of people also. There is a way that woman in Ocha amekuwa raised differently with a woman who is born in the city. And then when we look back in the rural, most of them, so hapo tunaweza come into the environmental factors that you're talking about, Yeah, so unapata huyo mse mwenye amelelewa huko Ocha akona different mentality from this person who was born here. Because huyo mse niseme maybe babake akona kadude. Mamake akona kadude. I'm not saying this in bad spirit.
Yeah.
And then somebody who has grown up with no social media, no comparison, and then it's somebody who has grown up with the neighbors, So yeah, akuwe na nguo ya 10 bob, she's okay. Akuwe na nguo ya 30 bob, she's okay. And then this makes her so much confident, like this is what I have, this is what I'm going to use, this is how I'm going to use it, and this is how I'm going to make, just not only use it, make good use of it. So no, but these are two people in the same situation of singlehoodness, but different mentality. So when they come together, unapata huyu pia ashakuja Nairobi. ameona Vera Sidika.
Umeona vile kunaendaga.
Vile kunaendelea, And then in womanhood, I think kuna hii kitu ya comparison.
Kabisa, we check out each other by the way.
Yes, there is like it's all and it's stealing away who we are, It's stealing away a lot of things from a person as an individual. Because the word of God said that he set me apart, He did not set us apart. So he set me apart. He gave me a name. He did not give us a name. It's me as individual.
Yeah.
So as a person, I should be having specific characters,
True.
Unique characters, so that when somebody sees me and my sister, and then they're like, these are two different people. Seti umebeba bag ya 10,000 and carry bag ya 10,000. No. Hata nikibaria ile ya 200 and I'm confident with it as a woman, I'll be in a position of pia mimi na brag. So singlehoodness, I think nitaongea mpaka kesho. It comes with a lot of things. And then it has also the positive part in that I am single, I'm comfortable in being single. I'm okay in this situation. As I'm waiting, I'm working on myself as a person. I'm working on every weakness, and then I'm getting time to know who I am, to create that profile that msaki kuja with a value that I think is higher than me. I will know deep down that this value might be higher, that it's not higher than what I want, because I'm heading there, So I think pia ikona some things with positiveness than the negativeness, but negativeness just comes to maybe weigh us down, kuangalia ni kama it's something that maybe it's a shame to be single. It's not a shame to be single. It's a work in progress, that at this time I'm taking this time to be alone, to know what I want in life, to know how to deal with things, how to deal with stuff, because saizi kuna bills. okay, during your singleness season, hizi ni vitu zenye you as a person you can take care of. Ile siku unaenda unapatana na mtoto wa mtu usikue like, you know what, you have to pay everything. Unajua ile uchungu ya kulipa bills, you know. So you know like this person is going through this person is going through this. So I think it's the best thing in the world to be single.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I love what you've said about the struggles of a single woman. Maybe if I can just add a little bit
Yes.
on what you've said, because the singleness is evolving. For
Yeah.
those of us who are single back then, things are evolving, and the things that we struggled with back then is
Yes.
not probably the same things that you guys are struggling back with. Because I remember when I was single, I was back in the uni and my mind was so focused. I need to finish my degree. I need to get a job. I need to figure out how I'm going to be financially stable.
Yeah.
Right now, as you're speaking, women are so empowered because I've mingled with so many ladies out there.
Yeah.
Na wananiambia that their focus is not marriage.
Yeah.
Actually, they want to build themselves up in matters to do with wealth. They want to build themselves up in matters to do with skills. Because currently, as we speak in the corporate sector and in the working environment, in the marketplace, people are not looking for people with papers. Although when you are going for an interview, it is
Yeah.
protocol says that you need to have those papers so as to prove that you went to school.
Yeah.
But you might have gone to school, you have a degree, you have a master's, you have a PhD, but do you have the technical know-how to be able to do the work that you have been called to do in that company? So that is what now the young ladies right now are looking for, those skills, especially matters to do with data analysis, copywriting, digital marketing, matters to do with digital marketing, how to use your hands, how to be able to make money online. Those are the means and ways I see young ladies are working, because they don't want to rely on men in matters to do with finances. Kwa sababu anasema wanaume wa sai, by the way, nilikuwa na watch Ibru TV some time ago. Then there was this young lady, she has her own business. And then kuna huyu chali mwenye akokole. Do you know alikuwa anasema anataka nini? Anataka dem, lazima huyo dem akwe ana work kwa bank. I was like, what? I was like, nigga, what? Unaniambia nini? Mwanaume sai, wanaume wa sai, I'm sorry to say, I'm sure there are old school men back who are millennials and Gen Zs wenye wanafikiria kama wanaume wa kitambo wenye walikuwa na provide everything, kama vile my dad used to provide everything and he's a polygamous man for the 3 wives and he never wanted any woman to work. Hata hataki ufanye biashara, yeye ndio analipa rent, yeye ndio anafanya kila kitu. Sasa ni mwanamume mgani atakubali hiyo? Na wanawake sasa wanasikia, they are on the ground, they are watching the men, they're saying mwanamume wa sasa anataka mwanamke mwenye ako na do, mwenye ako na gari, who can also bring something to the table, because wanaona we are living in hard economic times. So that is hiyo kitu, I think it's very very it's something that is trending a lot amongst ladies wenye nimeintermingle now, especially those who are in university side. Unaenda uni, but make sure kuna kitu unafanya, hata kama ni kuuza nguo, hata kama ni panties ama bra, make sure uko na do, you have something for yourself, kwa sababu unaenda out na huyu boy, you don't know, ukienda hapo hizi maclubs, sijui majina, ilikuwa kitambo,
ndakufunza majina,
unaenda kaja
quiver, I know them.
Okay, quiver, tuseme umeenda hapa quiver, umekutana na msee kwambe, by the way yake niko na tu 2,000, si you're like, what? Now you're supposed to be the one who is being treated, you're supposed to be pampered, you know. So as ladies, we are being empowered every day. That is one thing I like about single ladies nowadays. They know what they want to be financially stable. And hii kitu ya dating, I don't know, imekuwa filtered in that ladies even are not wanting marriage. They just want somebody mwenye atawapatia mtoi and then they live their lives. Because mimi unasikia tu mimi stress ya wanaume, by the way, mimi sitaki. Ati mimi ninaenda kazi, mimi nina work kwa bank, mimi ndio managing director, bwanangu ako hapo kwa mjengo, anatoka kwa mjengo 6 anakuja hapo, ati mimi nikuja nimpikie, ati mimi ndio I'm earning. By the way, there's this issue about ladies who earn more than the husbands ama the boyfriends. Mimi I am earning my 100,000. Wewe uko kwa mjengo unajengwa 5k ukimaliza kazi per day. So unaona that is a very big issue right now as we speak, because nimeongea with so many ladies wananiambia like, mimi by the way, if kama nitakaa na mwanaume kwa nyumba lazima akuwe na earn zaidi, because niki earn zaidi yake alafu ana expect mimi ndio niiname nipige dasta, mimi ndio nifue, mimi ndio nipike, mimi ndio nifanye nini, hiyo haiwezi.
I think ladies also have to. I think there is something that we really miss, and it should be included in marital settlement. And it was therapy. Like before you settle down with somebody, sit down, talk, individually talk. You as a person, you know, kama mimi nikitaka nawe, I'll talk, I understand your background, you know. Then after understanding your background, if I'm coming into the marriage, coming with the ability, with the mind that, you know, I'm going to stay. So I have to understand you as a man. What are you bringing on the table? What am I bringing the table?
Hiyo issue yako
skia. Even if I'm bringing more than you, if even the percentage is higher than yours, am I comfortable? You know, because hakuna haja uende ukae na msena bado uko na issues.
But najua vitu will happen.
Vitu will happen, but first of all, this is something that should happen before even you having the mind of getting in. I'm educated. My man is not educated. Am I comfortable with it? You know, okay, I'm earning more, or I'm coming from, me as a woman, I'm coming from a background that is above my husband's background. Okay, am I honored to hold his hand, you know, or to stay with him? I think these are things that we should, women, we should understand. And then that's why when you're talking about the 21st century, we're not talking about our fathers, we're not talking about their grandparents. These are people who are a long time ago. They were really strong, you know, when it comes to family, to provision, when it comes to farming, when it comes to everything, they were like the head.
True.
But things are changing now. In that, me as a woman, I might be capable of doing work. Unajua siku hizi grace is different. Man and women, we have different grace. And then unapata sometimes pia Mungu anakujaribu anakupatia msee, then it's like, this guy I'm giving you for this season, the season that he is in is season ya mjei. You know, but this guy at the back of the ground, behind the scene, this is David. God is giving you David. Like now he's in the garden, but tomorrow he might be in somewhere dining with the kings. So these are things that we have to understand before getting into marriage, that this is the season. I'm in a season of high yielding.
True. And
so in season of high yielding, I have to harvest. And when I'm harvesting, I have to make sure that my store is full. What is your store? Your store is your husband. My husband is comfortable. Yes, I am the one who is doing it. My family is comfortable. So that one day, when David becomes a king, you know, you'll be treated like a queen, you know?
True.
So kuna vitu zingine, I think sisi kama binadamu, we do with the physical eyesight. And then when it goes too deeper, you find out that sometimes Mungu anakujaribu. Ndio, and then I think this is also the time of Joseph when the king had a dream. Said that this year you're going to harvest. But after harvest, the next year there's a coming to going to come. I guess that there are going to be a lot of losses, no production. Yeah. So I think this is also something that we should invest in. And I'm bringing a lot of Christianity.
Iko
I'm
sawa.
bringing a lot of spirituality in this, but I think
Life is spiritual. Uko tu sawa.
I think this is something that we as women, we have to talk about it. We have to agree about it, and then we have to have the understanding, about the situationship. And then usiende tu mahali tunaenda juu maybe AIDS imepita. Usiende mahali juu ya pressure that your friends are getting married. Your sisters, unajua kama in Luo society, the firstborn has to get married, then the others follow.
Yeah.
So do not be intimidated because your smaller sister have been married, so you also have to be married. Just wait ile time yenye Mungu amekuwekea, and then that's the time that God is going to settle down.
True.
And it will come with no peer pressure.
Kabisa.
Hata utapata kama huyo jamaa maybe he has nothing, you will have that grace. There will be that abundance in that house that only God can provide. And so maybe your time Mungu anangoja tu aone the way you'll be treating this man. Just hatuoni.
God
It's
is
only
watching.
it's only between you and God. And that's when unapataga msi anasema when he had nothing, I was with him.
Exactly.
But what were you putting in? What was the work that you're putting in? Because sometimes whatever we realize, mwanamke atasema we were with him. Hiyo time ya struggling.
When he was
time,
down.
Yeah. But what was your work during that time? Unajua kuna mama mwingine atakaa tu hapo akutusi mbele ya watoi, and then ana lack respect to you as a man. So one day Mungu anaamka anasema this your season is done. I'm taking you to the next level. So napata ule mama tena anaanza kulia.
Yeah.
Anaanza kulia like we were together, now umebarikiwa. How were you treating the person when he had nothing? And I think that's where we also lose value in friendship in this society today. Because says naona kitu, I think like you're not of my level, you're not of my league. So you know what? Nenda natafuta wase wenye na I think tuna rhyme. But I don't know that you're in your waiting season, so that after the waiting season, when God lifts you up, unaweza ni lift, So these things that are things that people, I think parents they're not teaching as much. Weenda ukiwa umefika age ya kuolewa you go. But I think the society has to teach us this thing that in our singlehoodness, it's time for us to prepare. It's like you have to prepare. Yeah. It's time that God is trying to cook you. God is trying to teach you. God is trying to impact your life. So that ukienda, whether upatane na billionaire, upatane na mtu mwenye ako hivi, you can make something out of it, That's why I like Michelle Obama. He said they went to the ex-boyfriend with Obama. And people were asking her, ungeolekea huyu ungekuwa saizi uko bakery? Akasema no. Angekuwa bakery, angekuwa president. Meaning at the same time, you as a person, the reason why singlehoodness is very important, God is using this time to impact your life.
True.
So that when he has already impacted your life, you are living as a testimony. And then when you go and connect with somebody else, you are impacting, the grace in you is also impacting their life, So when you're impacting their life, there is tunaanza kuona results. Tunasema huyu king wako siku hizi amebadilika, because of the grace that you carry as a person. So I really think that is important. And that's why I say this is a very big topic, a very large topic that we can talk over and over and over without getting tired.
Yeah, so like vile umesema about singleness, I think you have brought in the aspect of the spirituality of life.
Yeah.
So as women, we are very spiritual.
Yeah,
because
we are the carriers.
We have the womb. Yeah, because we are the ones who birth.
Yeah,
we birth destinies. We birth children who will become great men and women in this world, and also we have the capacity for prayer. And so this reminds us that even as ladies, because the society is changing, the times are changing, we need to go back to the source. And that the source is the spirituality of life.
Yeah.
So that means that if you have a carnal mind as a woman, then you might go in the wrong direction, because that is how the devil was
Yeah.
able to deceive Eve, because Eve listened to the enemy. Now, if we want to go into the right direction, it doesn't matter whether you have a lot of money. It doesn't matter whether you
Yeah.
can make wealth for yourself, because Bible inasema it is not good for a woman to be alone, for a man to be alone.
For a man to be
And
alone.
for us, we were created as helpers. Ndio. So that means that as a woman, kila mtu akona rib yake.
Yeah.
You have your rib that is somewhere. And it is not for you to use your carnal mind to be able to decipher or discern who is
Yeah.
supposed to be your
Yeah,
husband.
yeah, true.
You have to go on your knees and ask God for direction, because the steps of the righteous are ordered
Oh,
by,
Betty. Yeah.
ordered by God. So I think Kilomesema, it's very key. And then
Yeah.
the second thing that I've picked up, teaching, we need to be taught.
Yeah,
And that is
yeah.
something I went through as a single lady. Mi nilikaa kwa kanisa. Hiyo ndio kitu ilinisaidia, by the way. Sisi as single ladies tulikuwa tunaenda hizi naitwaje, hizi baby shower. Tunaona wamama kujeni mtajifunza, hata nyinyi wakati wenye utafika. Ama tunaenda bridal
Showers.
parties, hizo bridal showers, tunafunzwa vitu mingi. And then pia as single ladies tunakuwa na hii conference ya single ladies, we are being taught how to become that woman, the woman that man will desire.
Yeah.
So kuna hiyo character building, kuna hiyo sasa discipline yenye unafunzwa, kukaa tu church. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and party with the rest, because you are consecrated, you are holy. So hizo ndio vitu zenye zinaweza kukusaidia. Those things are timeless, whether you are in 1990 or 2025, those things are timeless.
Yeah.
So maybe we can move to the issues ya clothing ambayo nimeona kwa ofisi sahi, ladies, even Christian ladies sahi. There was a time, chetu niseme tu, well, I used to work in a NGO na nilikuwa na I used to wear short dress. Hiyo time I was not so nilikuwa nimeokoka, but nilikuwa navaa short dress. I think I was influenced into wearing those things. What are you seeing nowadays in the offices?
As women, okay, there is freedom. Even the Bible says there's freedom. There's freedom to everything that you're going to do, because time is not limited. But Paul anatuambia aje, we do it moderately. When you read the book of Timothy, I think it's second Timothy, it will always tell you. I like referring to the Bible, because there is no other book that to refer to. So number one, I think we are all women. We are culprits of short skirts. But according
I was, but nilitoka huko.
But again, the society has really changed. And then the environmental factors also. Like Africa, we are different from other regions. In the US, in a church, you find people with shorts.
True.
You find people with tumbo, easy crop tops.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so upate msee amechapa ragged yake
kabisa,
ana worship and ako deeply in worship
kabisa.
So again, as women, the society, whether you are black, brown, maroon, society is society, yeah. And then humanity is humanity. So one thing with the trends, me, I don't get into trends mostly. Me, as long as I'm comfortable with whatever I have, whatever I'm putting on.
Haujawahi kuwa like, hii dress ni kali, hii crown, easy pen.
This is me. As long as I'm comfortable in a dress, nisikie it has covered 80% of my body, I'm okay with it.
So naniambu Joy, you've never mi
nimesema tu I'm comfortable, so I don't know the length. Sijui kama length inafaa ikuwe imefika wapi ama wapi.
tuseme tu hapo kwa magoti.
No, me as in
kama above the knee kiasi tu.
Above
Kuna
the
ile
knee.
above the knee yenye inafika hapa, hiyo ni mbaya.
hakuna kitu mbaya, that's why nimesema.
Wewe wacha kuwa politically correct. Wewe sema
Yeah, that's why nimesema. Okay, your moderation is different from my moderation, si ndio?
okay.
I can do a crop top and I'm comfortable with it. You can do a
that's
crop
true.
top and you feel like you're not comfortable with it, yeah? And then kuna mtu hiyo crop top hawezi vaa
Yeah.
because totally they feel like it's not something for them.
No, I
And then
suppose.
somebody pia, because of the body structure, I feel like that is not something for me. So this trends comes with different factors. As long as you're not doing it, kama this trend, yeah, Halloween. Those are the things that people do in Halloween, you know? So as long as it's something like that is not culture, because you don't know what culture they are following into, you know? As long as you as a person, you're feeling good, you're feeling your body, you're confident in it as a woman, then I just say it's okay. But pia tafadhali tafadhali hey, for any other person to respect you as a person, whether you're a man or a woman, you have to respect yourself.
True.
So how are you respecting yourself? You know, sometimes unaweza kuwa unatembea, people are looking at you, and then they're looking at you because you are overconfident. They are admiring your confidentiality. And then there is a time that people are looking at you because umevaa nguo, and then you keep on pushing it.
kidogo tu nikukumbushe, kuna mali nilikuwa natoka the girl, I was actually coming from work. I think it was last year. Yes, last year. Kulikuwa na demu mwingine alikuwa mrembo, yani huku juu amekava vizuri, but do you know dress ilikuwa inafika wapi? Hapa. Ilikuwa tu imebaki kidogo tuone panty. Na yani alikuwa na and she had like, alikuwa amebarikiwa behind. Yani sisi unajua linipita. So me ilibidi nisimame kwanza, because I was like, okay, she looks well endowed, kujua amekava, but dress
Yeah.
Yani it has only covered the inner garments that covered the private. The private. So I was like, and the way the men were looking at what? I was like, oh my God, please, God, do not allow that lady to be lynched by those men. I was like, what? Okay, but alafu, then I have seen so many ladies in Nairobi, like even mature ladies, they are really exposing themselves.
Yeah.
They're really exposing themselves. Na hawataki kujua, na hawataki kujali, my dress, my choice. It's something that is, I don't know whether it's disturbing, but even Gen Zs pia hawajaachwa nyuma. Kwanza hao yao ndio sasa, I can't even talk.
But in the what I say about trends, the trends are changing over and over. And that's why I was talking about, kama uko confident in whatever you're doing, you know? Kama leo niseme umeamka na unasikia uvai ile booty short. Over a boot, and then you're confident in it. It's well and okay with you, you know? But the issue comes in, you are not confident in it as a woman. You know, as a woman, we need confidence. That is number one key as a woman. In everything that you're doing, make sure that number one, uko as in you're confident unavaa ni kama unavaa koti, you know? Kama unavaa suti. Because that is an asset today. Kama saizi hauna confident when you're going to rooms, they rule you out, you know? Opportunities need confidence. So, uwezi niambia you are wearing something that is representing you as clothing, you're putting it on, and then you end up office, or you're going to a room where a lot of people are, and then you're confident in a potea, and then you're just like there confused. So when it comes to trends, do not go for any other thing. Do it moderately. Do something that will suit your mind. What suits your mind suits your body, and what suits your body is good for you.
That is true. But the level of confidence yenye iko huku nje kisikudanganyi. People
Yeah,
are,
no.
as in ladies are so courageous. Yani courageous to the point that I'm like, mpaka naanza kuogopa on her behalf.
Yes, guys.
It's
Our
crazy.
next topic we will be going to.
Nudity.
Nudity.
Ladies taking nude photos.
Yes, you're going to discuss about nudity. I don't know, but it's like, do you know that it's an offense for somebody to post your nude on internet?
Yeah, it is.
It's an offense.
It's an offense.
So I don't know how you as a person, you as a woman, God created Biloko too, as in beautifully and wonderfully created.
Have you ever posted?
Was-
Me, I've never.
Not even posting. I trying to post. Like, just imagine
Or
with
taking
all that
photos.
beauty, you buy your phone with your own money,
Mm.
and then you're going to take a photo, and then you're sending it to somebody who is not even your family member, who has never known you with your second name.
A complete stranger.
A complete stranger. You're sending your nudes to somebody who doesn't even care about you. And then this, I don't know why it's even trending nowadays, that it's normal for people to be sending nudes.
Me, I'm an old school chick, by the way. Me, I can't do some things.
As in, why on earth will you be doing something like that? If you're doing it for business, we respect that. Yes. The people who are doing it for business, exchange of goods and services.
Tap.
I said,
I mean, I have not pointed fingers. I have not mentioned names. I have not. TikTok inajulikana for that. Nimeona some. I am not judging. I am not being judgy. I'm just saying what I saw.
okay, there are a lot of pages that has really been brought up that young girls nowadays are doing businesses through. You send your whatever's, they send you money, you know. So I think
Ebu nkuulize, so ukisend those nude photos, what? So you are sending them kwa nini?
maybe
So that
there is
girl-
like something like Facebook is a site, Instagram is a site. So there are other sites that people go and log into just to pressurize themselves. So when I get into it, as a man, I pay for that site. I want to see the goodies.
So it's like a porn site.
Yeah, something like that. So I think then that's why I was talking about the media. The media has really played a big role in destruction of the society.
Objectification of women, where women are being used as objects. So say, but this one is not really objectification, because this is you who is deciding.
The willing buyer and
you are the willing
seller.
buyer. You are taking you want to post. I can't even.
So guys, in 2025, I think there are things that you have to do differently for the dignity of a person. You know, sometimes tunaweza chukulia umeona kitu.
By the way, you have just reminded me, there's a lady alinikuwa naniambia ati before she got married, kusettle down, she used to post her boobs online
For money or just for free.
to her boyfriend. Is now an ex. Sasa, why would you post your body parts to somebody who you don't even know whether you're going to share the rest of your life with? But these gadgets that we have, these phones.
So it's just like let's teach our sisters, you know, teach our. Actually, sometimes people is our teach, but the need is needing them.
Ama saa zingine ni pressure.
it's pressure because saizi niambie my friend is drawing a Prado or Noah or Mercedes or BMW. She's doing the same thing. She's not struggling to go outside. And ako tu kwa nyumba, the only equipment she needs is phone.
By the way, yeah,
So that's the only equipment that she needs.
she's got the phone.
She's got the phone, she's got the laptop, she got the iPad, and then she got the equipment plus the lights.
Ooh, man.
So I think we should be doing this as in for the young women over and over. At least kuna mtu, there's a voice that needs to teach them that whatever it's going on in the society is something that is not for everyone.
It's not.
It's for the specific people that they've chosen to do it willingly, you know. Seti ukishaenda huko and then ukishaona results unakuwa na depression. Yeah. So I think when it comes to nudity, is or the transactional nudity, it's allowed because you're over 18. You're doing it willingly, and then hata hizo tukiona you're comfortable, you won't even be stressing us, you know. But there is these underage kids, people with the pressure of I want this, I want that. If you want this, send me this. It's like a command. So I think it's being normalized that in this era we have to be doing these things. You have to be going inachukua picha. Inachukua picha. After taking picture, you send it to somebody who you don't know.
Hey, hiyo ni ngumu.
And then hizi picha zikikuja outside, we see them, you feel like you're not even you are not the one in the same situation.
Unless those pictures go viral.
Yeah, they go viral.
Kwa ofisi.
Yeah.
Haya, mtu anakuonyesha, is this you? Hey, MD anakuja kwako, please step into my office. Oh my goodness. By the way, do you know right now, even as you're speaking, when the employers are looking at your documents, they're also looking at your
Media.
accounts.
Yeah.
Your social media accounts. So please be, kama unaweza, if you like doing
there are things
that
you have to limit doing, as in vile umesema tu saizi hata ukienda international, there are some countries that if you go they're going to check on your social media platforms, you know? So things are going to change. So it's either you start it early, hata kama unataka post forehead, just post forehead.
Surely,
yeah, you can post your forehead
salon.
Just post like eka tu forehead.
By the way,
nobody will ask you. Just imagine you have the ability, as in mtu akona certificate, akona qualifications, and then she goes somewhere, they give her a job because of something small like that. Unapata lose that job.
Yeah.
So I think it's high time. These phones are there. Kama kila mtu akona simu siku.
Yeah.
So let's make good use of them. You know, kama una kitu ya kupost, sikiza muziki.
Lakini unajua the world that we are living in right now, you cannot necessarily tell people to not to do this or do this, because at the end of the day is their choice.
It's the will.
So as in, there's so much that you can do with the phone. You can actually use it to do a podcast like we're doing. You can use it to educate people about your skills. You can use it to teach, to show your talent as a dancer, as a singer. By then, there are many people who have been able to break out of their of being at the back door, and now they're on the forefront in their industries through the phone. So sai, the phone is limitless, but I think that direction whereby you are posting your nudes, you're posting your private parts, or especially for the ladies, I think that demeans your dignity.
Yeah, sure.
Even the man whom you're posting to atasema, kwani huyu dem wacha tu atume, huyu nitamtumia. I think in the mindset of men, wanaume si wajinga. Men are not stupid. They will not take you home if you clearly are the kind of person who wants to expose yourself. You expose your most private parts of your body to them, and yet hata mjuani, hamjaenda date. Maybe that guy was doing that he was maybe testing you to see the kind of person that you are. If you're the kind of person that you will post a nude ndio mwende date, he will definitely use you. After that atakwambia let's go home, utoke huko na one night stand, kuwe na walk of shame kutoka kwake ukirudi kwako. So I think and then there is this issue whereby kuna kumbuka historia yenye tumetoka kuambiwa, whereby there's a lady, she did not even understand how she sent her nudes. She was very sober. Mtu mwenye ako sober anajielewa, na anajijua. And then after a few minutes, hours, ndio anagundua nimetumia mtu nudes zangu. So that goes back even to matters to do with spirituality. So as ladies, we also need to be very spiritually strong, because if you have the spiritual intelligence, you can even decipher something. Hiyo kitu imenishtua. Yani mtu tu anakupigia simu. So as in words are spirit. Words are spirit and life. So words can do something to you. So when I speak something to you through a phone call, I can actually alter your demeanor, alter your character. So that woman's character was altered by that man's words that were manipulative. Probably a narcissistic man, mwenye anataka tu kutumia wanawake vile anajisikia. Have you ever dated a narcissistic man? Mi
niliwapita.
I used to see them. Nilikuwa nawajua. I had so many friends who are male. So kuna venye tu nilikuwa na avoid. At that time I didn't know about the word narcissistic, by the way. Narcissism nimekuja kujua maybe in the 2020s hapo. But before, when I was single, I used to see them with these characters, the way they would talk to their ladies. Umeshawahi watch hizi videos zenye wasichana, they are being talked down by their husbands. Anakuambia sijui nini, usipofanya hivi. Yani the lady anakuwa subdued. I don't know if maybe you've had friends when you're making stories about men who are narcissistic, mpaka wanafanya vitu that is out of character.
Mimi tumeona kwa media.
Please, I pray that you never meet.
Amen.
Kwa sababu ni wabaya. They feed you off your money, they feed you off your resources, they feed you off your energy, mpaka unabaki hapo like you don't even know yourself. Your self-worth has been drained. Your dignity has been quashed. Then unakuwa mtu mwingine. Depression covers you completely, which I think as ladies tunafaa tufunzwe hizi vitu. Na kuna historia, umeshawahi penda mtu? By the way, mi wacha tu niseme ukweli. I will not mention the name of the person, and I will not mention the venue kwa sababu watajua.
Tuambie tu kila kitu. Huwezi kuna kuficha.
I used to love a guy, and I loved him for 5 good years, and he never looked my way. Aki. Na sitasema ni wapi.
Kwa hayo machache.
Aki. Vile nilitoka huko, kasema Mungu umenitoa huko. Hata by the time natoka huko bado hakuwa na sense. By the way, he used to have sitasema his character because definitely atajua. He used to have so many ladies walikuwa na mdai. Literally almost all the ladies mali niliko walikuwa na mdai, and I was among us to them. Nikasikia what do you think of this guy? Nikasema what? Kwani I thought it was only me. Nikasema lakini Mungu alinitoa hapo. I thank God. I beg. Imagine loving a guy for 5 years. Na hata mwingine akikuapproach umuoni.
Unaona tu.
Hiyo ni pepo ama?
It's love at this. Inaitwa Grace.
Ati?
Sasa huyo msesi alikuwa kila mtu anamuona tu hivi.
Haki.
All the ladies.
Ladies,
Ladies.
na
You have to be like me. You have to be blind.
where? Blind how?
You
Go
have to be
explain.
blind. Don't look. You see, but you don't look. Ama you
Hebu
look, but you don't see.
niexplainie. Ama mi ndo okay. Ati? Nielezea vizuri.
You look, but you don't see.
Hmm.
You have to be like you look, but you don't see.
So ukiona mtu mwenye una like, usikae karibu naye.
You don't see. You just look. You don't see. If you see, you're going to like.
If you look but you don't see.
Yeah. If you see, you're going to like.
So you stay away. That's what you're saying.
You just look and you don't see.
We wenda huko. So
Hey.
so aya basi. So what if he does not approach you, tadu?
That's when nimesema.
You look
You
but
look,
you don't
don't
see.
matter.
Unajua saa zingine pia macho
You know
pia
when you
hayana-
see, unaona nikikwambia nimeona. There is something I've noticed. Nikikwambia nimeona there's something I've noticed. And so for maybe the energy to be reversed back, the person also have to see, not only look. You know?
na sio ati okay. Misunderstand. Tulikuwa tunajuana, by the way. We were friends.
You are friends, but
Yes,
under
we are
what
friends.
circumstances?
We,
Like, yeah.
I don't want to give out the circumstances. No, I don't want to go there. Sitaki
Let me tell you one
kuchoma.
thing with ladies.
Sitaki kuchoma.
Unajua ladies we assume so much. That's why I say look but you don't see.
Sasa mimi ndio ilikuwa ati nimwambie ati
Sisi
nakudai.
unamwambia yeye angeona signs.
Mi
Angeona
okay.
smile around.
Si tulikuwa tunaongea tu like friends. We would talk like
No.
friends. We would meet
There
as
is how
young
I will be
people.
treating you as a friend, and then there is how I'll be treating a person who's just like a friend.
But I was not the only one. Ladies pia
Hata
wako
ladies
hapo.
kama wako hapo,
kama-
my energy will be different.
Acha nikukumbushe. Kuna hii kipindi ilikuwa inakuja NTV kitambo. Do you remember The Bachelor? You remember The
Yes,
Bachelor?
yeah,
It was used to come on NTV. You never watched The Bachelor? Whereby there's this one guy.
Ilikuwa nini hizi za Eliantiano Espanyol.
It was a
Swahili.
reality TV show. Ilikuwa reality TV show, ilikuwa imeanza huko America, whereby The Bachelor anafaa kuchagua amongst 25 beautiful ladies, achague moja akue wife. So he would come, anaenda dates na wao, alafu at the end of the week anachagua wenye his heart is drawn to. Kama kuna wale ambao his heart is not drawn to, wanaenda nyumbani. That Bachelor ilikuwa inakaa for like 13 weeks. For 13 weeks. And then the 13th week sasa anabakisha ladies wawili wenye ako more in love now. Sasa akibakisha 4 ladies, those 4 ladies anaenda kuwa introduce kwa wazazi. That man anaenda in the houses of the ladies kwa wazazi. Alafu at the end anatoa mmoja, anabakisha watatu. Akibakisha watatu anaenda dates na hao. Alafu kuna ceremony, rose ceremony, anapatia wawili, mmoja anaenda. Kwa hao wawili wanaenda kuona wazazi wa huyo mwanaume. So after wameshaona, anaangalia mwenye ni dem gani mwenye amekuwa na more chemistry na wazazi wake. Sasa the last rose ceremony inakuanga na propose. So I used to feel like that. Like I don't want to put myself out there. I am a dignified lady. But then this yani sikuwa nataka tu nijionyeshe as in sijui can I throw myself in at him. Una get? So it was like that because I wasn't the only one. Because I used to ask all those ladies. Nilikuwa nauliza like unaona Jomse. Huyo mtu sasa anajianika zaidi. Sasa unaona kitu kaa hiyo, so nasema huyu mse vile anapenda na hao mademu wote.
So kazikatanisha.
mi sa ilinibo sasa the feelings that I had kuna venye tu ikaanza kudidimia pole 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 pole, but I never used to look at any other guy. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa sasa shida. Ilikuwanga tu ni yeye, lakini hiyo the art of me wanting to pursue him, kasema there are so many wenye wanamtaka, so niliboeka. We were friends, but we used to do things together as young people. But the way I wanted him to respond towards me, it never happened. It never happened. It never happened. So vile umeniambia, mi siko najua hiyo you look but you don't see.
Yes, we just look and don't see.
So
Okay,
mi
to
siko
the
najua
next topic,
hiyo.
to the next topic, to the next topic.
Introduction.
We are talking about introduction. What should you wear? What should you put on during your introduction? Eh?
Why are you looking at me?
Maybe I'm just looking
Usiniangalie.
at you.
Don't look at me, oh. You tuambie.
Sasa
Twende na
mi
booty.
booty shorts.
Twende na booty shorts. Ama twende na dress. Unaingia na the sun. Unaingia mother-in-law amekunja sura. Na huyu umemtoa wapi?
But then, okay, in our next episode, I think we should discuss about things that happens during introduction, after introduction, the expectations.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes, that should just be a topic. And tunakaa tu chini. As in we just just discuss about that, because this is it's a whole
Very
topic,
huge.
you know.
It's
Because
very
it's
huge.
something that you can attention.
Hey!
It's something that you can attention.
Kuna my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching The Knob, episode 12. I hope you've learned something.
Mm-hmm.
You've learned about matters to do with nudity. It's si lazima.
Mm-hmm.
Singleness is a blessing, by the way. Bile Irene ametolezea, by the way.
Yes,
It's a blessing. Hey, please, just si lazima you go with the trend or you try to keep up with the Jonases, as the Americans say. So thank you so much. Like, subscribe to The Knob podcast on Lightcast TV. Please make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you leave your comments down there. Love. And thank you so much for watching.
You guys, yes, this is The Knob. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for spending time here with us. Till we see you next time. This is the only show that brings greatness. Yeah.
Wacha tu
Hot
greatness.
topics.
Ndio hiyo sasa.
Yeah.
Kabisa.
And we are ladies, we are representing you this time. And next time, stay tuned as we wait for our next episode.
Yeah. Ndio huo
Yes, I'm
sisi.
Irene Miss Caption.
And this is Ninjel.
Goodbye.
Bye. See ya.